Welcome back, everyone. Today is National Sleep Day. Boy, do I need some.
Well, we were talking yesterday. We work in a business where we have so many people working so many odd hours, especially this overnight crew comes in. They come in at midnight, and then they're here until, you know, the early afternoon hours. But it really messes with you. And sleep can be such a problem for people.
No question.
Not only here, but everywhere. It's universal, isn't it?
It certainly is.
And Dr. Wendorff is here, medical director of Mount Carmel, and we are talking about a lot of the issues that people have to contend with sleep.
Yes.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to some of the big ones. People suffer from sleep problems because of what reasons? Generalities.
Well, there's a multitude of reasons. The things that, looking at sleep as a problem for the nation, over a quarter of the nation's population really has a problem with sleep at some point, occasional sleep problems. About 10% of the population truly has chronic insomnia, and that can be a serious problem. That can cause, sleep deprivation can cause all sorts of chronic medical problems, diabetes, heart disease, depression. So it's very important that we address this and then try to figure out which are the really important cases, and which cases are just because you can't turn your brain off because you're sleeping an unusual shift, and what can we do for those particular cases that are short of doing a sleep study for something like sleep apnea, which can be very dangerous.
Right. Now we have a whole array of things on the table.
Yes, I noticed your table here. It's very nice.
These were provided by our crew, and I think we heard from Carolyn. She uses that, it's an actual aromatherapy clock that puts bursts of scents into the air.
Okay.
Nice. We have melatonin, which we should talk about because that's a natural sleep aid.
Certainly.
And I'm not sure what the milk of magnesia over there is.
So that's
the oils. Very nice.
Oil therapy.
And of course the masks. And then the earplugs. So things you try desperately, but they don't always work. So let's talk about some of these things, especially melatonin. Melatonin
is a naturally occurring chemical in your body. It is sort of your body's chemical timer for sleep. It's produced by the pineal gland, and it increases when you are supposed to go to bed. So it starts increasing around 9 p.m. and then increases slowly so that you start feeling tired. People use melatonin as a natural sleep aid because it's been found, especially in adults, that if you take some melatonin, it'll help you feel drowsy more quickly. Is used also for people who have jet lag, so that you can reset your clock more quickly using melatonin. Use in children is really controversial, and if a child needs a sleep aid, really should be talking to your pediatrician. And in many cases, if you feel like you need to take something to help you sleep, a pill of any kind, whether it's from a natural store or pharmaceutical, really should check with your doctor first and make sure there's not one of these more important sleep problems going on.
You know, I thought it was interesting with melatonin. I've never tried that to sleep, but I thought it was interesting reading this morning, I guess throughout this whole planning for this interview, I'm thinking we're so plugged in. You know, our cell phones and our smartphones and our TVs and our computers, and just so overstimulated, and I didn't realize that the light from all of those things, whether it's your phone or your TV, it actually disrupts your body's production of melatonin.
It absolutely does.
Okay,
it absolutely does.
Do we need to stop what we're doing? You know, tonight when I'm watching TV, when should I shut it off compared to when I'm going to bed? When should I stop looking at my cell phone and my texts? Do you have any advice?
Well, and really much of the sleep study stuff that's been going on recently has come down to sleep hygiene being a key. And you really want to make sure that you're going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every night, sleep in a comfortable environment that's dark, because as you say, all that light, your eyes are amazing organisms, so they really see that light even through your eyelids. So it's important for it to be dark. Have a comfortable bed that you use for sleep. You only sleep in the bed, and you use the bed only for sleep. Well, to a point.
You don't.
But you shouldn't be reading in bed. You shouldn't be listening to the radio, watching television. Which obviously means you need to set your schedule to wake up early enough to watch the morning show, because the TV really should be out of the bedroom. And then exercise is great, but not right before bed. And then a large meal before bed is, everyone knows that's a bad idea.
Doc, can you tell us quickly, because we don't have much time, but I want to kind of bust this myth, how much sleep 4 different age groups do we really need?
Well, you know, Napoleon was famous as saying 6 hours for men, 7 hours for women, and 8 hours for fools.
Okay.
But I don't think that's correct, and the scientific data doesn't show that. What we've come up with is for adults, 7 to 9 hours. For teenagers, it's 8¼ to 9½ hours.
Wow.
So a little bit more, but still in that same time range. And then for an infant, 14 to 15 hours, and for school-age kids, around 10 to 11 hours. So but it's very variable, and there is no magic number.
Can you make up for it?
You can to a point, but not forever.
Okay.
You got to be careful trying to make up for it on the weekends, because that doesn't work exactly like you hope it would.
Okay.
All right. Glass of warm milk, yes or no?
Yes. And as I tell my patients, I never argue with success. If it works for you, then it works. There is some tryptophan in milk, and that can help, much as a meal at Thanksgiving can help with the turkey tryptophan.
Interesting. Okay, random. Sheets. Linen, cotton, the real warm ones, the flannel?
Getting back to the sleep hygiene, whatever feels good for you and whatever makes you comfortable is what you should use.
Okay.
I'm out.
Silk sounds good to me.
I'm so now, no more worry. I'll sleep great. Thank you so much.